Finals, at least the semifinals.
Well, RQ Hoshi, they are known. They are an S tier team. But in this tournament, they did not give it their all, to be honest. I didn't see them giving their all, like just like Onyx did, for example. So that's why they didn't actually qualify to the semifinals or the actually or the grand finals. But RQ Hoshi is still RQ Hoshi, you know.
Yeah.
They are world class team. They are S tier, just like what you said, Soldier.
But yes, I think Soldier, they were a little confident when they were facing DFYG. I think that's why they were just chilling back, because DFYG is the underdog. So I think when they face DFYG, they think, this is gonna be an easy win.
We predict RQ to go to the finals straight away, but the FYG, like, they surprised us. As we saw in the group stages, other teams like Team Spirit, like Homeboys, Versatile, all surprised us, and it wasn't like easy games as we expected. To be honest, all the teams are like reach higher expectation for me, but who reach until now, like the FYG, Aurora Gaming PH, and Aurora Gaming and Onyx, that's like they deserve it. But for the semifinals, the FYG surprised me for RRQ, to be honest. Like, they surprised me. It was not a game it's like to forget about.
Yeah, definitely. And this Turtle Steel, I could never forget this Turtle Steel from Long. You know, he has done it yesterday as well, by the way. He stole a Lord yesterday.
Long?
Yeah. Long stole a Lord
okay.
yesterday with the second game with Moscow. But unfortunately, that was not enough for them to actually get the win. So it was just a waste of a Lord, let's say, because it was kind of too late for them. But yeah, Long and his Moscow play is from another level. It's on another level, to be honest. Yeah.
So can we expect to see Moscow today? I think Aurora is gonna do a respect ban.
Yeah, probably. Most probably, they might go for a respect ban in the first game, but I believe in the second game, if Aurora Gaming PH actually won the first game, I don't think they would ban Moscow for the second game. I don't think they would. I think they would just let Moscow be, and they could counter Moscow. There are lots of ways to counter Moscow, so yeah.
Yeah, we have another one hero, Light. I'm not sure, but he was also an MVP from Aurora Gaming PH. He used Brock.
Yeah.
Do you think they're gonna ban Brock?
Definitely.
It's meta ban, so it's like predictable.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
for Aurora Gaming PH, they know how to deal with Moscow.
Yeah.
So maybe they will let it open and let's test it.
Yeah.
Like, if you will play with your main, we will give you, because it's first game of the day, and let's have the audience have fun with your main, and let's go show off.
And anyways, there are other dangerous heroes as well, other than Moscow. We have Eve, we have Basha, we have other heroes that they would take into account other than Moscow. So yeah, they would actually mostly focus on these heroes, with heroes like Lancelot as well, Hayabusa. So yeah, these bans are way more important than the respect ban, which they might go for, which is Moscow. So yeah.
But with the pressure high and the prize pool at stake, I don't think Aurora will be testing the waters. I think they will go immediately for respect ban.
Probably, most probably, they might not do that in the first game, but in the second game, they might go for that. If they find any of the heroes were annoying for them in the first game, then they would ban them in the second game. Other than that, I don't think so, because as I said before, there are way more important bans, other heroes that should be banned than actually just some respect bans. So are we gonna see a Fanny ban today? Maybe. Not many people play with Fanny anyways.
Only Onyx.
Yeah, only Onyx, of course.
Fanny King.
Yeah, of course. Kyrie is dangerous with Fanny. But another person that will play with Fanny, he might be very skilled with the hero, but he might not be that great, with the hero. So might not see a Fanny ban today.
Let's see, guys. Can we do a drum roll?
Yeah.
Drum roll, because now it is time. Let's throw it to the main stage as we begin the countdown for the Battle of the Thirds.
today in Abu Dhabi. You may now take your seat. Good luck, boys. For their opponents, please welcome Aurora Gaming Philippines! Stage is all yours, guys. Good luck. You may now head to your seats and let's get the competition started!
Right, welcome back everyone. We are moments away from getting into draft 1 for our battle for third place. It's going to be DFYG versus Aurora Gaming Philippines. So this is a matchup filled with contrast, pressure, and storyline. So let's start with DFYG. They are the underdogs, a team many did not expect to be standing here today. This is their first time reaching the top 4 at a tournament of this scale on a global stage. And yet, here they are, calm, confident, and they have already taken down giants on their way here. So this is not a fluke. This is a team that has earned their place. Now, on the other side, we have Aurora Gaming Philippines, a team that is no stranger to moments like this. They've been in these tournaments, they've played on stages like this, they understand the pressure and they understand the expectation. So I have here 2 of our analysts, Groot and Soldier. Let's talk about DFYG drafts. What do you think are their priorities right now?
For DFYG, for a blue side, they have a priority to first pick, and we will expect to choose a comfortable pick as a first pick. Like, if they trying to eliminate Aurora Gaming from, as we said, we have Basha, Grok, and any mages, and I'm expecting the FYG to go as a first pick, as a mage for the first one, and Aurora Gaming trying to focus on the mid game and early, and trying to focus on objectives, because they know the FYG, they are going for early skirmishes and early fights, and they need to take the advantage from the first game. First, like early games from 5 minutes until 10 minutes. But Aurora Gaming, they need to play it safe. They need to know how to play for the early fights until they will reach to level they can compete and to force the fights with the FYG, and they can win. Because the FYG, when you force the fights with them, they cannot focus until, let's say, they lost like 2 damage dealers.
I see. You might be right in that case, but I believe DFYG is going for the long run. They're going for the late game. I believe they will actually go for the late game, or try to go from the mid to the late game. On the other hand, Aurora Gaming PH will actually try to go for a steal in the early game. But we cannot actually confirm that unless we see the first ban phase and the first pick phase, which will give us an idea of what their plan is going to be. Are we going to see meta bans? Definitely, we're going to see a lot of meta bans. We might see a Basha ban, we might see a Lancelot, Eve, we might see a Gatotkacha ban, because we've seen Gatotkacha get banned a lot yesterday, since he actually, as a roamer, is very strong, very annoying. We were seeing a Grok ban as well yesterday, because of course we saw Light yesterday playing with Grok. Light with Grok is unbelievable. So yeah, we might actually see a lot of meta bans. Probably in the second ban phase, we might see a little bit of respect bans, or a continue to the meta bans.
For yesterday, as like we see in the recaps, Aurora Gaming PH, they want to focus on objectives more, and they're trying to avoid with the FYG fights until, like as we see in the with Light, he wants to initiate the fights and start the team fights to be well organized and well structured. We start the band, the FYG. Show us what is the first pick. What is the first pick for the beginning of the day? Grog.
Yeah, Grog immediately. We expected that. Grog immediately. They don't want Light to play with Grog. Light was a top class player with Grog yesterday. We second ban phase, of course. The second ban, I mean, is actually from Aurora Gaming, which is going to be Eve. Right now we're waiting for the third ban. Are we going to see a Basha ban from Long, or are we going to see a mage ban in that case, which might be Zushin?
We have Zushin and we have Lonox and Farsa. Maybe we will see a crowd control ban, because maybe they will, or they need to mirror the bans with Aurora Gaming. If they ban a mage, we should also ban a mage and trying to eliminate as much as mages in the game, and we force picks for them. Until Aurora Gaming, maybe they have a pocket picks for it. Oh, Basha.
Yeah, actually we saw a Basha ban right now. So we have a roamer ban and a jungler ban for DFYG, and of course we saw the Zushin, so that was expected, seeing Basha and Zushin as bans. Mostly Aurora Gaming PH is focusing on the mid laner bans, as we can see right now, although DFYG is diversifying a little bit on the bans where we have a jungle and a roamer ban. They might go actually for a Gatot-Kacha ban right now, or they might go for a jungler ban. I believe most probably might be a jungler, might be an XP laner. What do you think, Soldier?
Fight for the
all
ultimate
roamer.
answer.
Yeah,
And
roamer
one
ban.
jungler. To be honest, Aurora Gaming, they are focusing on mages because they know the FYG, they have the, let's say, the upper hand with mage in the mid lane.
Sir, what's your command?
Actually,
Two
we
mages
did,
and one Fanny.
yeah, we did see a Fanny ban. So they gave them like a free pick, which is Lancelot for DFYG. But I believe Aurora Gaming PH knew that they were going to go for Lancelot immediately. So they are going to focus right now on trying to counter that Lancelot ban, which is basically going for kind of a semi-tanky, kind of a burst damage kind of heroes. As we can see, Kalea and Lunox picked from Aurora Gaming PH, and Gatot-Kacha as the second pick for DFYG. So yeah, we're like now, right now, Lunox is basically a crowd controller and a burst damage as well. So she has the light, she has the dark side. So they can actually benefit from both. Basically the light and the dark, both sides, they can benefit from that. I'm not sure that they were going to go for this pick, but I got to catch a pick is very important as well. A very good crowd controller, very good initiator. We might see a Valentina or a Farsa being picked from DFYG. Who do you think they would go for, Farsa or Valentina?
In my mind was Valentina, but Farsa they like the Eloquent, because they saw a ban for Eve. But just focus, we have a Yu Zong still open. Do you think they will go for Fredrin?
A Fredrin pick actually is very smart to face Lancelot, because you know Fredrin is tanky and can dish out a lot of damage using his ult. But basically, what you know that Fredrin he gets the high damage from his ult when he gets hit a lot. So basically, he should get hit a lot, have very low HP, then use his ult so he can actually dish out a lot of damage. So they are depending on that to happen from, of course, Lancelot, since Lancelot and Farsa might actually use their ults or use their damage, focus their damage on Fredrin, so he will benefit from that a lot. Right now, from the second ban phase, as we can see, Yu Zong is actually the first ban from Team Aurora Gaming. And we have an Arlo ban. Usually Arlo doesn't get banned.
No.
Yeah, but
now
that's a respect ban.
They are banning a lot. Because we saw Arlo yesterday with Onyx. Wow.
Definitely, yeah.
We are seeing, I think we have Harith open.
We have
Exborg, we have Esmeralda.
we have Claude, we have Uranus. So there are lots
We
of
have a lot
heroes
of
that
them,
are
yeah.
actually available right now. But it's all about the synergy of the heroes when they play together, the 5 heroes. We might see actually a Claude ban or a Harith ban in that case, if they want to avoid the amount of crowd controls. Nope, no, respect that. They went for Moscow. They didn't take the risk whatsoever. But still, actually, DFYG still has a chance to go for Harith or for Claude in that matter. Who do you think is going to get banned next?
Harith,
Harith.
for my opinion, because Harith will work better with Lunox, Kalia, and Fredrin. But I want just to give a comment about Cat pick. It was like a smart move from them. Like they banned Grok, they banned Helda Basha, and they surprised them with the Cat. Oh, Cloyd.
Claude is getting banned. Right now, we still have Harith and we still have Caddy, depending on the picks from Team Aurora, of course. If they go for another tanky hero, then most probably DFYG will go for a carry.
Granger.
Granger is such a wonderful pick. Aurora Gaming is kind of following the path of Onyx yesterday.
Yes.
Can you notice that, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Like we lost against them. Let's try their plan with our play style. Oh, we have Lapu Lapu. We forgot about it.
Yeah, Lapu is there, of course. But the last pick, it's all about the last pick. Are they going to go for
Lapu Lapu Harith?
Harith or another fighter for the 5th pick?
We have Chu also as a fighter.
They wouldn't go for Chow since Gatatkacha is here, is there in the picks, but most probably they might go for, I believe the most appropriate thing, actually they would go for another fighter. So they are relying on the damage of Lancelot, Lapu Lapu, and Farsa in that case, where Ruby and Gatatkacha are going to be the kind of crowd control tanky heroes for this game.
For both of them, Ruby and Gatatkacha will work perfectly with Farsa and Lapu Lapu, and Lancelot will do their work. He will continue because all of them will be low, but Farsa she needs to take the advantage of movement and places where can play safely. And the last pick, Phobius.
Phobius is the last pick since we have very high mobility heroes over here, so it's very easy for Phobius to actually activate his ult, which is going to be quite amazing, actually. This match is going to be on fire right now. And the audience right now are very excited, I can see.
We can hear the crowd getting hyped up.
Yeah, they're getting hyped up a lot. And yeah, all of us are excited to see the first match for today. Of course, DFYG versus Aurora Gaming PH.
Yes.
The first game of the day. Let's get started.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, draft is complete. It is time to get into the action. This is the battle for 3rd place, best of 3 at Games of the Future Abu Dhabi 2025. DFYG versus Aurora Gaming Philippines. Let's send it to the casters and let the battle begin.
Thank you so much to the panel. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the battle for 3rds here. It's DFYG versus Aurora Gaming Philippines. It's me, Nice, joined here with Wolf, bringing you guys the action to close out our very last day for MLBB here at Games of the Future Abu Dhabi 2025. Wolf, it's a battle for 3rds, man. And, you know, I think some people might be surprised with the results of yesterday, but nonetheless, Aurora, They found themselves here in this 3rd place match against DFYG. I think both you can say about these teams' performances, though, have been rather impressive. You know, there's been mistakes here and there, but in this case, the battle for 3rds, what are they fighting for? The pride of being the 3rd place or 4th place finisher, but then also the prize pool, right? That's something that we have to consider too, as this is a massive prize pool here for Games of the Future.
It's twice as much as a lot of pride and glory for the Aurora Gaming. I myself was surprised about the results of yesterday's matches. I thought it will be 3 games at least. I mean, between those 2 teams, you can argue that they can win over each other, as there could be another kill here onto Zed. Zed is there, alive and kicking because of that revitalize available for them. Yeah, I'm actually surprised that it went the way that it did between Aurora Gaming and Sonic. I thought it will be 3 games, about games will be close, but it wasn't. It was very quick. The series went very quick.
Onik was on something else yesterday, man, you know? And they just looked clean. I mean, there's always those moments. I feel like we've seen glimpses of that all the way back from the group stages, you know, as we days ago started this tournament. And it was just one of those cases where, you know, teams basically improved over time. You had some surprises yourself, you know, when watching some of these teams perform. Again, one of the highlights I think throughout this tournament has been teams such as even like Verso Time, for example. A lot of newer faces coming to the forefront here of MLBB esports, and you know, now when you're down to basically these last few teams to go ahead and UA, first blood.
And the flicker. Well, I think that's going to be enough for Aurora to get this. They don't want to get a piece of the buy out there. Not get anyone. As Super Ken just gets into the battlefield, keeps his toes into that area, but have to get out because he's quite low. And then Zed pops the Revitalize for the second time. And of course, Aurora Gaming with that win, with the first blood as well as the turtle, they will have so much of a lead in the early stages of the game.
Oh, look at this focus here.
Oh, another. Okay. That's a lot of focus, my man. He said there's focus in that bottom lane. That's like 4 people for Aurora Gaming just taking out Long. And Long didn't even bother popping the flicker. He knows that against 4 members of Aurora Gaming, he knew he's going to die there.
I mean, even if he would have flickered, it's, you know, there's not much you can do about that. And again, the Kalea here in the hands of Light right now is one of the reasons why teams have found so much success in the early game when they pick this Kalea up and that level 4 is available. Little aggression here coming out from Super Ken too, taking that orange buff, but he's going to be able to go ahead and rotate now to his. Demon Kite already got that information, so Aurora might actually go and try to support Demon Kite in taking this.
Well, now, presence of Long and the props Aurora to commit more of their heroes in there. They're not giving up. They're not letting up. They really want to take this and gives a slam onto Long. Long is going to be taken out without a fight at all. They will take out one, but they will lose more. Super Ken now in trouble. A double kill for Dom and Kite. And Long wasn't able to pop anything out of that. Not even a second skill, not even an ultimate, not even the flicker. Had it been that he used any of those spells, any of those abilities, Aurora Gaming might have lost more of their heroes, but it wasn't the case. DFYG just straight up lost that.
That is such an aggressive Lunox right now, man. UA earlier got the first blood, and he hasn't let up at all.
Okay, they want to go for light this time. They do have the damage with the feathered airstrike. Knocking up Super Ken this time, the AOG to protect the great. Oh, that's a Granger. Look at that. Dominic kind on point. And gets a double as well. Man, Aurora Gaming are so frustrated of what happened last night. They're letting it all out on DFYG.
I feel like they just came in with a vengeance in this game 1, man. I mean, even the way Domin Kite's rotating up here, you see this. This Death Sonata that you're going to see him secure here, if it's still in the replay, is just on point. E1 was able to provide tons of damage, you know, with this feathered airstrike from the Farsa, but unfortunately, you know, once that's gone, you're kind of just left there in the winds. And so far, with the way that Aurora Gaming Philippines has been rotating around the map, it's, you know, they're taking what they want. Again, before all that broke out, I was saying UA is probably the most aggressive Lunox that we've seen played here so far in the tournament, just because of the way it started for him after getting that first blood. And they continue to play into this advantage.
Yep, and that is kill. No, oh, it wasn't. Zed is able to pop the ultimate. Demon Kite wants to finish the job. Into the middle, though, Vel wants to take down Dominic Kite, but the flicker to the left side. Oh, the footsies coming up from Dominic Kite, outplaying Vel. And that's skill number 8. Now, Demon Kite wants to go for more, misses the Appraiser's Wrath. In comes Zed to attract the attention of Aurora Gaming. E1 will survive because of that. But how about that Dominic Kite flicker, man?
That's what I like to call the athletic flicker, man. You know, it's you're breaking ankles, flickering into the bush, and it was good usage of it, obviously. Dominic Kite now stacked up at 5-0-2, UA as well. So part of the main issue for DFYG and making themselves get back into this game is not letting this continue to stack up, not letting that snowball continue to get further here for Aurora Gaming PH, especially on those members. But with this lead, it's so difficult because you're just gone in an instant like Super Ken.
Yeah, that's the Lancelot what they took out so easily. Zed
There's a pull.
tried to save his teammate. Did pull out Demon Kite. They do have their strike, but they are losing more members and they are gaining kills. It's a 3-for-1 trade-off. Demon Kite, definitely a good target, but in exchange for an explainer, their own jungler, man, this is difficult. They might even lose this turret unless Long takes advantage. Nah, it's not even trying. Aurora Gaming are just getting kills, turret, objectives, left, right, and center.
Yeah, unfortunately, as a Ruby gold lane or just Ruby in general, you wouldn't really be able to do much against that. We'll see. The turtle's going to be started up here. Aurora's already had 2 of them. They'll probably just take their time as they rotate here to force DFYG off of it. Once again, down almost 5,000 gold. This is going to be a really difficult fight if they chose to fight it. I almost would like to see DFYG not take the fight, and it seems like they'll do just that as Super Ken goes elsewhere. Again, you don't want to let this this wound keep bleeding. You know, you kind of got to stop it the best way you can. And with this kind of lineup too, it's going to struggle because of the fact that you also just don't have that traditional marksman. You're going to need some more time to go ahead and build up. Aurora will continue to fight and force fights under turrets as we've seen them. Look at Long though. I'm not sure if he's going to be able to make a creative play here. I think he was spotted out.
Wow, he would just take it out just like that, and yeah, Long just get find an opening. AOG defensively used, but it was cancelled again. A double for Dominkite. 8 minutes, 10 kills for the Stranger Dominkite.
This reminds me of the old saying for Dominkite, Doming Nation, man. You know, when he first debuted or when he had one of his first seasons in the professional scene, this is probably one of the fastest KDAs built up by a gold laner so far throughout this entire tournament. And, you know, that's why I'm saying it's really difficult, because even if you say like, all right, the game plan is you look at your items and how much of a disparity there is here for DFYG, even if you say, okay, let's just hold on and wait, Light is not giving them that chance, and that's what a Kalea is going to do, right? The Kalea is over there. You only have that one Purify on Yi1 right now, so if Light wants to go and grab anybody at this point with this kind of power spike that this lineup has for Aurora Gaming Philippines and the way they've been moving around the map, they'll pretty much be able to kill anyone. Oh, there it is.
Okay, there it is. That's Tsunami's time to start it all. That's Long again. Not able to utilize this Ruby. They also took out Zed. DFYG are not achieving anything when it comes to these clashes because of how decisive and how fast Aurora Gaming are moving. Right now, Super Ken in trouble. Dominkite in the middle of it all. That's the shutdown. Massive kill coming out from DFYG. And Super Ken gets it. Yue has to get out. Yi1 is able to defend. And that's almost, what, 1,500 gold that Aurora Gaming lost in the just one clash?
I mean, Aurora, with the lead they had, just kind of throwing themselves at DFYG. That might have been a huge mistake, though, after giving that amount of gold over and being down at Dominkite. They might actually try to contest this Lord.
Oh, Super Ken now in trouble. Or is he? Gets out. Yi1 gets the Lord. But now Long is going to be taken out. AOG to save. Vel now will return the favor. Demon Kite in trouble, but in comes Storming, outputting the damage. Lapu-Lapu out. Zed receiving so much from the Death Sonata. Super Ken's recall will not continue though, but they did take the Lord. Oh, what a taunt and a stun.
I think they
a
can just
triple.
run it down.
They might just run it down. You're right. Aurora Gaming.
Long will be up.
They will be pushing now. Long will be up for now. Does have the ultimate, but no flicker. Minions will spawn now. That's the big minions. Unfortunately for DFYG, they have taken that Lord away from Aurora Gaming. They will survive for now.
All right, they're going to survive. Demon Kite, is he going to get away?
Or Feather Strike fight off the mark. Yep, Demon Kite gets out of there. Just enough dashes. Edward wants to kind of fight this, but gets abruptly stopped by Mr. Vel.
Wolf, like, I get that Aurora's ahead and they're, you know, making things happen here. But I I don't know, man. If they continue to play the way they've been playing and they, accidentally give way too much gold to DFYG could actually turn this around. There could be an instance here where they somehow get enough gold on the right targets, and then they get tanky enough too to basically survive that damage being thrown at them. I mean, you already saw Zed and Vel. They're getting tankier. They're getting the items that they need, and who knows? I think even with this 6.5k gold lead that Aurora Gaming Philippines has, once again, if they don't kind of tighten up here a little bit, they might end up making a mistake that turns this game around.
Yeah. Big shout out to our friends out there watching. I think Trex is watching right now, one of our friends from the NA region. How you doing, Mr. Wagner?
Hello, Trex.
But miss you dearly. 50 seconds before the next Lord right now. I think Aurora Gaming should not make any more mistakes like that. I think that the lead that they have built means that if they do play this systematically and not risk anything, it's going to be easy for them to siege and take down the base of DFYG. But also, this kind of lead means that if they throw it away over DFYG, it's going to be a massive rubber band that Super Ken will be happy to get.
Look at these stacks,
Then we'll
though.
try to defend. Yeah.
The stacks on Dome Kite, man. I mean, it's back. He's got stacks for days. Even the Granger stacks he's got. Lord's coming up, so I think I think that last team fight, the way it went when Doming died too, they were just like, you know what, let's just make sure we grab this objective, make sure we secure what we need to, and here again, pretty big difference at least between 4th and 3rd place in terms of the prize pool, and of course the pride and glory that comes with that. Once again, Lord just taken out so quickly.
Oh, what a mistake from Super Ken, popping the front roast. They want to fight this one. DFYG, they're not in a big advantage now. In fact, they will be taken out. Bell down for the count. That is the XP laner. Now Super Ken getting taunted as well, pulled in. Zed is going to go down. Ooh. And that's a triple as long also falls. Demon Kite to take out Super Ken. DFYG did not have the right to fight in that clash, but they did, and because of that, they're getting punished. Might even be the game as Aurora Gaming are now knocking into the base. A killing spree for Demon Kite to end it all. They will try to get the fly clouds. That's not okay. Okay.
Oh man.
Okay. This is a different kind of taunt, man. All right.
With the clouds, the cloud finesse, man, at the end.
Cloud finesse.
Had to be one of the best KDAs so far. Here for Dome Kite on the Granger, man. I think it was, what, 17-1? Absolutely dominated. And, of course, they're going to be in high spirits about that. That's a very strong game one that they have. We'll see if DFYG has an answer to deal with this kind of aggression from Aurora Gaming Philippines. You know, it's... it started with that. It started with UA's first blood, making that happen. They didn't let up from there. They had the Kalea. They could choose any fight they wanted to. So just, once again, an amazing game one here in this best of 3 for Aurora Gaming Philippines. Let's go ahead and throw it over to the studio to break down game one.
All right, welcome back, everyone. Game one is officially in the books, and as many expected, Aurora Gaming Philippines take the win. They lead the series 1-0. Experience showed as we were expecting. Soldier and Groot?
To be honest, the first game of the day, it was a surprise for us. Because it wasn't expected, but Aurora Gaming PH surprised DFYG, and they showed like we will take the 3rd place. And during the game, Aurora Gaming Philippines was fully controlled the map, fully controlled the objectives, until one Lord they took it DFYG, and it was a little bit useless, but they sacrificed it. But Aurora Gaming PH, the goal difference, the kills difference, the towers difference, Turtles, Lord, it was like one-sided for them. And I want DFYG to come back, because I used to the comeback series from DFYG, and we will see like for the 2nd game.
Oh, well, as you said, DFYG took the Lord, but Aurora Gaming PH badly punished them for that. They punished them so bad for that. Granger was out of this world in this match. But of course, the entirety of actually Team Aurora Gaming was outstanding. I believe I believe Granger, since he's the one who got the most kills, but I believe he was well babysitted by Light, who was playing with Kalea. Kalea was, to me, from my point of view, the MVP and the best in this game. She was actually giving them, you know, the kills in a silver platter, I would say. So yeah, amazing skills from Kalea, amazing skills from Light. I have one advice for DFYG: ban Kalea for the next match. Don't give that hero to Light, because he showed us what he could do with this hero. And as we can see right now from the highlights, of course, Aurora got 26 kills, DFYG got 5 kills. Around, I would say, 9,000 difference of gold. 7 towers destroyed to 3 for Aurora. 1-1 in the Lord's lane. 3 turtles slain for Aurora and 0 for DFYG. Of course, the entirety of Team Aurora did a wonderful job. Amazing teamwork. Phovius was such a beautiful pick. And yeah, I would say amazing teamwork. Actually, in numbers, I would say you, of course, with Lunox, had like the best contribution in the entire game. But for me, I would give it to Light. I would literally give it to Light as the MVP.
I think it's Demon Kite. That's just for me.
Demon Kite, of course, did a wonderful job as well. It's very hard to choose the MVP for this match because all of them, they were
all
perfect.
Did well.
Yeah.
Yes. And now it's coming.
But yeah,
you're right.
Light.
It's Light. Okay.
It's Light. It's definitely Light. Light was actually the MVP with 0 kills, 2 deaths, and 20 assists. Light, you deserve it. A wonderful gameplay from your side. Good job carrying your team and protecting your team in all the fights. Kudos.
Yes, out of 26 kills, he assisted 20 of them. You
Yeah.
were right.
Yeah. That's amazing. Of course, now it's 1-0 for Aurora Gaming PH, but it's still not the end for DFYG. They can have a comeback in the second match. Hopefully, I'm actually hoping they would have a comeback because it's so much fun watching these games, especially when there are like world-class teams clashing, you know, in Mobile Legends. Yeah, I would love to watch a third match for Aurora Gaming and DFYG.
Yes, again, kudos to DFYG because they were able to hold themselves. I mean, it was clean from start to finish. It was going to be Aurora. But being able to being their opponent, it's already an achievement.
Definitely.
High respect for them.
Definitely, yes.
For DFYG, they know how to come back. But Aurora Gaming PH, I want to say Phovius was a little bit super shine, like superstar, because he was trying to deny the DFYG team. Like he's trying to deny Ruby from the fight, from the last fight. He was targeting only Ruby. Like he's denying, like they are playing 4 versus 4. And Phovius, he was totally targeting Ruby. Like he's out of fight, they don't have crowd control. Me and like as a Phovius, he's trying to get rid of Ruby and trying to focus with the team. So to be honest, Phovius, it was a great pick as a last pick. So
Definitely, yes.
knows how to play with this combination.
Yes. And actually, Phovius actually was stunning. Lancelot, you know, as well. So Kalea can actually jump and grab Lancelot and take her to the team and give them like, there you go, free kill. You know,
It was a really good fight.
Yeah,
Light was
amazing
very
fights.
good.
Yeah, Light
Yes,
was very good.
But now DFYG, they need to respond to this situation.
Definitely.
And
They
I
need
think
to
they're
find
gonna
a way,
ban Kalea next week.
to win the next match. You know, I knew that the FYG were trying to go to the late game. You know, it was obvious from their picks. It's the best strategy, you know, to go against a world-class team like Aurora Gaming PH. But Aurora Gaming PH didn't give them a chance. They ended the game very early because they knew it was, if it's gonna go to late game, it was not gonna be easy for Aurora Gaming to win. They might win, but it's not gonna be easy.
But you know what? Now DFYG needs to lay out all their cards, and we will be seeing that in game 2 after the short break. Don't go anywhere.
UAE at the moment seems to be the epicenter of autonomous robotics and many other activities.
Currently lead the series 1-0. One more win and they close this out clean. But the question now is simple. How will DFYG respond? Banning starts now and they ban Grok.
Yeah, definitely they would ban Grok.
As expected.
Yeah, we're seeing an Eve ban. Ban Kalea, please. Don't leave Kalea for them. Or actually take her for the next game. They might actually take her for the next game.
Do you think we will see Kalia and Granger ban?
No, Granger, I doubt he would go into the ban section, but Kalea might actually. But they have lots of choices. Like Aurora Gaming PH has lots of choices. So whoever, a lot of cards. So whoever they ban, they have other options definitely. But yeah, Kalea, definitely. They knew she was dangerous, you know. Yeah. So for the second ban, of course, for Aurora Gaming PH, are we gonna see Zushin ban, or are they gonna go for someone else?
Maybe Basha ban also. They need to respond because they have. Wow, as expected. Nice prediction. Eve and Zushin for Aurora Gaming.
Now we have, of course, Basha, and we have Lancelot also. So, are these gonna do the last two bans, or are they gonna go for something else? I believe Basha might get banned, might not want to take risks. Lancelot, on the other hand, might be no, they're leaving Basha open. They just banned Hilda. They're leaving Basha open, so they're mostly focusing on light. Basically, like in DFYG, all the three bans are targeted bans towards light. So they know how light can be dangerous in the game. So, yeah.
For Aurora Gaming, sometimes for light, he will know how to control, how to initiate the fight. As we can see, we have three bans, little bit targeting him. All the time. We have a lot of options open. We have Lancelot, we have Basha as a first pick for DFYG, as expected, and we have Cloyd and Lunox for the first pick.
I think Aurora knows what they're doing.
Yeah,
I think Aurora already planned.
Fast.
Yeah, they picked fast.
It's auto pick, instant pick for Lunox and Cloyd.
I think they have a plan, and they expected Basha to get picked. So they know.
They try to force Basha pick.
Probably. Are we going to see a Lancelot pick on the other hand? Do you think Aurora are going for a Lancelot pick, or would they go for someone else like Akai Jungle, for example?
Payback.
Well, Farsa and Basha. Yuzong, there is, and we have also
Gato Kacho?
YSS. It's open also.
Yeah, Yisun Shin is actually open. Okay. But Yisun Shin, I believe it might be a stretch for Aurora to go for a Yisun Shin. Might happen. I doubt it would, actually. They might go for kind of a tanky pick like a Fredrin jungle or a Kai jungle. Most likely that would happen. YSS, I'm not sure. Soldier.
For YSS, it's little bit confused because if Aurora Gaming will go for Guinevere, we'll forget about YSS because Guinevere is better with the team fights with Cloyd and Lunox. Wow, DFYG until now, little bit they have the upper hand with Basha and Lapu Lapu and Farsa, but Cloyd, Guinevere, and Lunox. For the other hand, I need to know what Edward and Light will go, because that will be the full combination of that. We are waiting and he's hovering still. Moscow, it's the targeting man. They're a little bit scared from Moscow.
Yeah.
They need to remove the threat.
Yeah.
They're not gonna waste this.
Try to avoid as much as mistakes, because now mistakes are costly, and sometimes Aurora, they don't want to go for the third game. We need to finish a clean sweep for them, and it will be easier. But the FYG, they have one card still left for Long as a last pick, and he's the carry of his team.
Right now, of course, as we can see, actually, Harith might be a choice as well. Yeah, but what will DFYG ban? Will they still? Oh, they're still targeting. They're still targeting light as expected. They're still targeting light for the roamer bans
for light.
Yeah, the 4 bans for light, and they might even go for a 5th one because right now they're making it harder for Light actually to go. But I believe Light has other options. Like there are other options. They might go for unorthodox options like Tigreal or Glue. There are still other options. We didn't see Matilda at all. I know Matilda is not meta right now. Might be an option, but yeah. Who else is remaining? They went for
Your team is
They're trying to make Light handless, but he have another option. He will go for, let's say, Matilda, Esmeralda. We have Baratus. Oh, no, Baratus.
Baratus is mostly used as a jungle right now. Esmeralda is more over an XP laner right now.
Harith.
Harith is a gold laner, but Light Light needs a roamer.
Ah, true.
They ban shot. They're
wow.
fully focused on Light. Actually, they're fully focused on right now.
Arlott.
Edward pick Arlott. That might be a double-edged sword. What the FYG has done, it's a double-edged sword for them. But yeah, people are cheering. Actually, they
For
are actually,
Arlott pick.
yeah. Arlott is such a great pick. We're expecting.
DFYG Ruby.
Oh, okay. Are we seeing? Okay, we might actually go for a Ruby, or let's see, who are they going for?
We have Tigreal still open.
Yeah, of course. Of
Light.
course. Yeah.
Lancelot, Ruby, hovering.
The hunt begins.
The last pick for DFYG, YSS or Lancelot? YSS.
YSS in the gold lane. Actually, are we seeing a gold lane YSS? That is very interesting.
First,
that is very interesting.
It's a good, as we see, and as I know, DFYG have different playstyle than other teams. They want to discover new playstyles, and they know, let's test the waters for the last game. Oh, Khalid.
Khalid might be a pick actually. Khalid might be a pick. Blue might be a pick as well,
Yes.
or Tigreal or Matilda. There are still lots of options in the roamer side, so we are still waiting for Light to go for
The
his
last pick.
final pick. Is it going to be a surprise pick, or is it going to be a pick that most of the people might have predicted? We're still waiting for Light.
Oh,
So
Khalid.
Khalid is the last
Great
pick
pick.
for Light. That is such a wonderful pick. Unexpected. Actually, Basha is going as a roamer, and Yi Sun Shin is actually jungling for team DFYG. This is not going to be an easy game for both teams. We wish them all the best, and this game is going to be pretty exciting, actually.
I'm really excited about Khalid pick and Arlott, because they are cheating about Arlott, and I want to see what he will do during the game against DFYG.
Yes, so draft 2 is done now. Game 2 is ready to begin. Ladies and gentlemen, will DFYG respond and push us to a game 3? Or will Aurora Gaming Philippines finish this series clean? This is the battle for third place at Games of the Future Abu Dhabi 2025. Let's send it to the caster and get into game 2.
Thank you, panel. We are ready to jump into game 2 as well here. It's me, Nice, who joined here with Wolf to bring you this game 2. Again, the battle for thirds here for DFYG and Aurora Gaming Philippines. We heard the cheers. We heard the cheers when the draft was going through. Wolf, what do you think of this? I mean, they were so dominant in game 1 for Aurora Gaming. This draft, a little bit different, you know, but I think it's still going to serve a purpose, just like we saw in the last one. And this is, yes, a Guinevere in the jungle in the hands of Demon Kite.
Yeah. I'm not gonna lie, I don't think this is a good composition for DFYG in general. It's so difficult to kind of activate in a way. Baksha Roam has not been the strongest roam. And I kind of want to see Zed on. You're gonna catch all of those heroes that actually force something to happen. And of course, Long's performance on this Ruby in game number 1 is you know, a testament to how not masterful they are with this Ruby kind of composition, because again, there were so many jumps from Aurora Gaming where Long wasn't able to even land the stun, not even a second skill, you know?
Yeah.
So this guy quite scary for DFYG, especially in elimination. They have been in this spot before, so we'll see. Aurora Gaming, pretty standard draft we're seeing from them. So Edward with the Arlet, you with the aggressive playstyle on this Lunox. That's complemented by a Khalid. So this will be a lot of aggression coming out from Aurora Gaming once again.
Yeah, this is one of those things. Okay, Light does use the flicker. to the quicksand guard back up to health, but that's one of the main things is as long as I feel like for DFYG's lineup, as long as Light doesn't start getting a crazy start on this roam Khalid, you know, to the point where he's actually just able to go ahead and poke down a lot of the members of DFYG early on, then that is already step one. The other part is, like you said, I think this game has to be for Long to make it a much better game than the previous one. You know, it's Demonkind actually might be in trouble here.
Yep, it's a Guinevere being chased down. If anything, there's a lot of gap closing coming out from DFYG. There's a lot of reach. Let's see, of course, the Veil, you have the Flicker, the Lapu-Lapu that gets getting to the fight so easily. Get out of the fight so easily. But UA was prepared for that one. He knew where the Lapu-Lapu would jump. Now, D1 wants to pop the ultimate in front of 3 members of Aurora Gaming. Aurora smartly. It's going to be waiting for their Guinevere to be there.
They're going to delay it.
Stopping the recalls, yep. They're just buying enough time because now they are going for the turtle. It seems like there's not going to be any fight at all as DFYG will not contest this. But quietly out there, nice though. It's the Yisun stealing the buff.
Yeah, he can steal the buff, but they have the information here. He should be able to get away. Supercan mobile enough, has Lung there just in case. But, you know, that's the interesting thing. The UA is still very aggressive on the Lunark to get an early kill for himself, and that's kind of what we saw last game too. You know, but he got the first blood. Well, this time around, he gets the second kill of the game, and that will help them have that power spike early on, at least in the mid lane, if you're looking at the mid lane there for UA. And Zed's going to crash into Light here, but just, again, trying to keep him out of their jungle, and that was after that steal towards that purple buff. But Domenkite actually is... yeah, did he take it earlier from the attempt?
Yeah, I think he was able to take it.
He was actually able to take it, okay.
Yeah, because the reason why I can say that is because of this lead that he has. Like, he's level 6.5 compared to just 5.5 for Long. Granted, of course, there are 2 cards still remaining for Long to get and collect in the bottom lane, but I feel like there is already a lead that is being built by Domenkite. You also have to factor in the double lane that Aurora Gaming was able to set him up with. DFYG has to kind of catch up when it comes to the gold. It's not that much, but Aurora Gaming, just because of their maneuvers, able to set up for their course, and Veil being taken out up top. That's Guinevere and Arlet. A lot of crowd control between just the 2 heroes of Aurora Gaming. And now, yep, DFYG have just lost their explainer, and it's 21 seconds before the second turtle of the game. I'm pretty sure that Veil will be in position to contest this. Let's see how DFYG will try to go for that one as they're trying to defend. Oh! Light forcing that flicker from E1. What a feint coming out from Light. And the ultimate, they even forced the ultimate onto Zed, Mountain Shocker as well. Aurora Gaming, because of that tactic coming out from Light, he kind of looked like he will initiate with the flicker.
It was a fake out.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, that's, I mean, that battle spell being gone and plus the Revitalize used up is a little bit of an advantage to work with into this next turtle. Domenkite as well, he's been double laning like crazy. Superken's just going to take the purple this time around. He's going to take that again. Meanwhile, you still have Demonkite just kind of buffless right now. They jump in on Edward.
Yep. Oh, Edward misses the mark with the flicker. Turtle's still up for now. DFYG has regained control. Superken is level 8. They can definitely take this one out just like that. Another outmaneuver, but this time it's from DFYG's side.
And that was purely off Aurora Gaming just not landing the things they wanted to. Light is actually going to be in trouble here. Yeah, he's gone. Oh, he's not gone.
Flicker.
He uses the flicker.
Okay. Smartly does not attack anyone so that he keeps the passive. Gets the Raging Sandstorm and then the flicker out. Waited for a stun to happen. That's when he reacted. So he is safe for now. But will that be good for Aurora Gaming, not having the Raging Sandstorm as well as the flicker? Find out, as it seems like Zed is looking for a target. Not gonna find any, as Domenkite, I think he's more interested in getting the farm than he is getting any kind of retaliation now.
Yeah, look at this positioning. However, though.
Yep, Demonkite getting dodged by Superken. There's so many sweaty movements coming in from DFYG as well as Aurora Gaming. Kind of feels like there's a fight that's about to happen, but it doesn't. Oh no, finally with a 2-man stun! Catches 2, final stun is not gonna be enough, not even close. Edward surviving for now, but a double for Yi1, and that's Long picking up the slack from the previous game.
There we go, Long. He goes again and he makes it happen. Raging Sandstorm won't connect on Vel, but Dominkite's now here.
Up, they want to kill Zed. It's taking so much time. In fact, Vel is here. Not gonna be there for any exchange. They don't have the Farsa ultimate anyway, so they will not risk that at all. But for getting so much out of the map just because of that death on that Bacha, I think that they're fine. DFYG are so happy about that trade, and now they will scout out the members of Aurora. It seems like Super Ken will just split push up top. Expanding Rivers allows Light to kind of move into position now to scout where DFYG players are, but Aurora Gaming are still just prepping up for the next turn.
Yeah, I like the way that Super Ken's moving around the map. You know, he doesn't necessarily even need to be there for these fights, but mid, it might be a forced one.
Yep. Want to go for this back shot. Light is going to be the exchange prisoner in here. Zed taken out. Light maneuver into the backline. Slow. He had a kill on there. Ruby. And there's the Raging Sandstorm. Point blank. He wants going to be taken out. Super Ken can't get out because of Traceless. I don't know where Aurora Gaming have procured 3 kills for themselves.
Pretty decisive when they know that they are able to land their ultimates or the crucial skills here, Wolf, because it's been a couple times now they've missed it. They're going to go ahead and clear out that mid lane. So DFYG holds on to the tier 1 mid turret, but Doming Kite does the work down bot to get their first turret down. And so this is an adjustment, I would say, for Aurora Gaming Philippines. They got to be able to land those ultimates and those skills that they've been looking to land here. Super Ken?
Oh, there's the cavalry of Aurora Gaming up top. They have taken out Super Ken. Couldn't even react to that. I guess this is just because of Aurora Gaming's movements. Now Kite finds another. That's a big kill as well. Well down, and now Light want to go for Yi1. With Edward in there, they will have enough damage to take out. And Farsa again. Out of nowhere, out of thin air, Aurora Gaming found 3 kills. Zed might have overstayed here. Does have to revitalize. But against the Lunox with that HP-based damage, I will allow them to get a kill. A mega kill for Light. 4-0-2. A consolation prize. Ruby gets a turret down the bottom lane, but that's Aurora Gaming just finding kills after kills after kills.
There's just been a whole lot happening in the past like 2-3 minutes on both sides. It was a bit of a hope there for DFYG, but then Aurora Gaming Philippines completely brings it back into their favor off of a couple decisive plays now. And, you know, everything that they did in the last couple minutes too, aside from, you know, knocking down a turret, didn't include Dominkite. You can see he's been able to go ahead and farm up really well. Look at the gold that he's got here already, the 3 items. He's got the 3-item power spike on the Claude now. So now we're going to see him be most likely a part of these fights a lot more, especially after those tier 1 turrets have fallen down. So, you know, over on the other side, I think we need to see the same thing for DFYG, where Lung's got to be able to get that pull off. That Raging Sandstorm was used, but Lung, just as I said it, he's in trouble. He'll go down. Another pickoff.
Oh, Vel and Zed have shown themselves as well. They will be chasing by the Requiem, taking a kill onto Zed. This is before the Lord fight has exploded. Super Ken pops the ult. In comes Vel onto the back. I see with the brilliance. Gets out of there. The blazing to into the final smash is going to be enough to take on the FYG. That's Vel. As well as Super Ken down for the count. They tried to go for a 2v4 play. And it failed horribly because Yue was just so quick with the brilliance. And not only will they get the kill, they will take out the tier 2 in the mid lane. My God, Aurora Gaming are just destroying the FYG now.
Yeah, they look to make that adjustment that they needed. They're landing the ultimates they need. And like you mentioned, great timing from UA there with the brilliance to avoid that setup or potential counterattack from DFYG. It doesn't happen. And now Dominkite also picking up the winner crown. As an I'm offended is going to be used. This should be a kill for them as Demon Kite does fall. So that's 1 that DFYG gets. But man, they're still down a ton of gold here. 6,000 right now with the Lord making his way up top. Aurora Gaming wants to take some more turrets down if they can get this bottom tier 2. Feathered Airstrike used to keep him at bay. Conceal's going to be used. They're going to just go for it. Oh, brilliance again by Yue. Right on time. Look at Light.
Yue. Light wants to go for some backline play in here, but Edward has already recalled out. How about that from Yue? Quick on the trigger with the brilliance. How many times has he escaped certain death because of that? Giving Aurora Gaming ground onto the push up top. Defense from DFYG is going to be great. They also have the Farsa anyways. What being fumbled down. Said forced to use the revive. Now the final slash the two. No combo just yet. And what was to still fight this? The vengeance plays actually be in the favor of DFYG, as that was a very, very unlikely move coming up from Edward. Counterplay from DFYG. They'll just take the purple now. Light getting cut by Zed, but there's no commitment yet from DFYG. They know that okay, they want to go for you, but the brilliance once again. Not placing to it on top of it. Super can down for the count. Fender Network not nearly enough. Yue outplays with the flicker. Vel is down. Yue, oh my goodness, this Luna's player and another outplay. Yes, he will nail it. As the Ruby has been baited into that spot, lured into a trap. Aurora Gaming claims 3 kills.
Whew. They've just been basically saying to DFYG, let's fight. Since the start of the last game, they're going to take this mid turret down with a wave, pushing in mid. Do they try to end it here?
Oh, they might try it. Demon Kite looking for E1 this time. They have canceled the Feather Strike, but Demon Kite is low. E1 wants to get a kill. Of course, Aurora Gaming will fend off the attack. DFYG will defend for now. But they have their base.
They defend.
Blown wide
that's
open.
What we're
That
seeing here,
mid lane
Wolf,
inhibitor is down.
They're just taking the chances. They just want to go for the chance, man. That's what they're doing.
Yeah.
You know, time and time again, they're just kind of throwing, like we saw in game 1, where they're just throwing their bodies at DFYG. And so with this, they'll wait for this Lord.
Okay.
Potentially, I mean, I would say, you know, typically they would wait for the Lord, and sometimes they don't have to.
I think I'm back. I'm sorry about that.
You're back. Yes, you are
yeah,
back.
I think I got disconnected for a bit because of how good the defense was. But we'll see. This will be a purple buff fight for now. Super Ken really wants to take this without the retribution because that's important. And because of that, it's Demon Kite to collect it.
Yeah.
Well, not.
They're going to go for
We
the
still
Lord
have
at
the
this point.
retribution. That's what I meant. Light up top. Now it's the conceal play. Going in, Zed looking for a target. Will have to back out for now. Light still staying onto that part. They have to be careful, but the Mountain Shocker
look at Light.
gets spotted out. That's going to be Yue going in for E1. E1 out. That's the Farsa down for the count. Main DPS of DFYG out for 30 seconds, and that will be enough for Aurora to cleanly take this Lord.
They fought for it. Light, I almost expected Light to continue on. I thought he was actually going to just try to initiate there, but he actually probably got the call or just made the call himself. You know what? Let's just go ahead and wait. We have the Lord. Let's go ahead and push into this. Yi1 will be back up by the time this defense breaks out. So for that, once again, Aurora Gaming Philippines looking to cap out this series, the battle for thirds here in a sweep with a massive lead right now, 10,000 gold nearly. A winner crown also picked up here by Demon Kite. They're looking to potentially bait DFYG once again. As Lord is worked on, top turret's going to fall, bottom's going to be next to focus. And DFYG on the defense.
Oh, Light with the Heptasis. That's going to be quite interesting in here. Aurora Gaming are not going to be too aggressive. They're not going to be clumsy in here. They're going to be waiting for their opening. But then again, that will mean that they might prolong this game a little longer. They'll be setting up for another purple buff. Take that. Look to be a very quiet siege coming out from Aurora Gaming. Nothing really over aggressive or anything. They just let DFYG defend.
Yeah, it's in a sense though too. It's also just respecting the clearing capabilities that DFYG has. Even though they're down this much gold, if they technically kind of misstep into the base, if they get pulled the wrong way with Lung on this Ruby, they could end up giving a ton of gold over to DFYG. So, you know, disciplined enough to just take that base turret, even with a lead like this, and then just kind of get ready to manage the wave. Yeah, I mean, you're still nearly a minute and a half away from that Lord, a little bit less, but you know, you're not really going to be able to do too much with if you're Aurora Gaming Philippines here, just because even trying to get to the last base turret of DFYG is going to take some finesse to make it work. Or, like I said, they've been throwing their bodies at DFYG for the majority of the series. Edward could just force, you know, something, but again, it's just not the best case scenario for them. They don't want to get a overstep and want to maintain that discipline, at least for this game too here.
No need to rush. They still have the Claude and the Lunox as late game scaling. That will mean, though, that the DFYG will be picking up some of the items that can be instrumental in a potential comeback if they play it properly. For example, they have the Chaste Pauldron, which will be great for the Claude. Of course, the Winter Crown is generally a good item to have up against Aurora Gaming's composition. They might even go look out and punish this Khalid coming up from Light. This is a roamer that picked up the Heptases. But I guess in that specific scenario earlier, when they could have pushed, this would have been deadly, but the FYG are now prepared for it. They have scouted this out. They know what the items are for Aurora Gaming. However, Lord is still an issue. And for Aurora, this will be an easier take for them, naturally pushing lanes up top. They also have the mid lane that also naturally pushes because of the big minions. Going to be A-okay for this trade. If ever, Zed is looking for a target around, but it seems like that's not going to be the case. Aurora Gaming are baiting once again, Naisu.
What do they want to do? I know Light's going to go handle that wave up top. They're actually going to just go ahead and wait and let DFYG take this Lord under half.
Yep. They knocked it up. Oh, they have control. Demon guys for now. That Super Ken actually stealing that Lord. And now the damage from DFYG is there. They take out Edward. And now it's going to be you to take out Long. Winter Crown is going to be there. But now they might punish Demon Kite with Dominic Kite because of that. Dominic Kite is able to get out. Still has the immortality intact for now. And yeah, that's daylight robbery again from DFYG. They make these aggressive plays and they are rewarded for it.
Yeah. I mean, just taking the Lord alone buys them the time that they need to go ahead and get some more items locked in here. And, you know, if they continue to do that, like I said, even in game one, there was those moments where DFYG was able to go ahead and find some way somehow to potentially bring a game back in their favor. This Lord's going to be worked on, though. They want to force it.
Oh, they want to force it. But Yue already taking out Yue. That's going to be a great kill. No reaction just yet from the FYG. The defense is going to be there for Aurora. One turret is what they achieved. But that is already a step in the right direction for the FYG. More than they could have asked for. Right?
Yeah.
Now, Aurora Gaming, they're looking for any exchange here.
Oof. That was the I'm Offended used too. Knowing that the Farce is down and no I'm Offended, they could actually get this base turret or at least pressure it. Edward doesn't have the flicker, neither does Light, but this one cannon minion will bring him in. Not sure if it's going to be enough. It will go down to the turret, though, as that wave pushes in. So that was the job. They got it done. All base turrets down here for DFYG. Base exposed up to this point. Still about a minute away from that Lord to come up. Looking at the items, too, you know, like I said, off of taking a Lord, getting the game now to a 20-minute mark. Despite Aurora Gaming Philippines having a lead for the majority of this game, you know, you could see DFYG is potentially in a position to at least maybe steal another Lord, maybe even fight for it to an extent if they're able to go ahead and land things the way they need to. Again, in the objective sense, Lung, it's just one pull. Like sometimes that's just how it works with Ruby. It's that one I'm Offended combo that can set things up for the team, but the same can happen to them as well with Aurora Gaming setting up around a Guinevere for Demon Kite or Edward or Light. There's so many options that they can go with here. But I will say, despite this massive lead, Zed though.
This is not going to be good for DFYG. They have lost their contact hero. This is a lot of vision that they will lose out on. And now they want to go for an exchange for Demon Kite actually, but they might get punished for it. Vel surprisingly tanks that like a boss. Didn't even get any of the HP out. But now Aurora Gaming still working on the Lord. Gonna look for Light.
Light.
You want to combo with you as well. Farce not deleted. Just like that, erased from existence. And now Aurora Gaming has taken the Lord for themselves. With just that one combo play from the roamer and the mid lane of Aurora combining together in perfect harmony, they have gotten an important lead in this match.
Yeah, and without those two members, without Zed and Yi1, it's going to be very difficult to defend as Aurora Gaming looks to end it here.
Now they're looking for the base end. In comes Long with the initiation. Now the damage coming out from Vel. Yue has to run away. Can be immortality pop. Long in trouble. Has the winter cup, but the punishment. Vel receives the violent requiem. A lot of the army of Aurora Gaming now into the base. They have control Z as well. That might be it for DFYG. Aurora Gaming takes it at 2-0.
And Aurora Gaming Philippines will be your third place finish here. Games of the Future, Abu Dhabi 2025. And DFYG getting that fourth place finish. Again, massive improvements since the last time we've seen at DFYG, and ever since they first stepped into the competitive scene here for MLBB. Getting that fourth place here in a big international event is something that they can definitely be proud of for Aurora Gaming of Philippines. I know this isn't exactly the end goal or the finish they were looking for, but they still get the best out of the situation. Very aggressive gameplay they brought from game 1 to game 2 though here, Wolf, and it definitely showed. They took some risks there, but they get the win. We're going to be throwing it over to the stage for our winning interview.
Aurora Philippines officially in the third place of the MLBB tournament right here at the Games of the Future, Abu Dhabi. Make some noise, everybody, to Aurora Philippines. Here we go, guys. Come over here. Come over here. You guys have done an incredible job in this tournament. It's been a long journey for you guys. Officially third place. I know that this might not be the results that you guys were looking for, but it is what it is. How proud, or what are you most proud of from your team right here?
To be able to perform despite of an upset yesterday, that's something to be proud of.
Definitely proud of you guys and what you have come to so far. Talk to me a little bit about your experience here at the Games of the Future in Abu Dhabi. How has the experience been for you guys right here in Abu Dhabi so far?
It's fun, new adventure since it's our first time here in UAE. Also, the venue is so good. So hopefully we can come back and so many Filipinos supporting. So it's like our home country.
Amazing. We love having you guys here and we hope to welcome you back in Abu Dhabi more often. One more time, officially, third place at the MLBB tournament. This is Aurora Philippines, everybody!
Right, welcome back, everyone. Aurora Gaming Philippines closed the series 2-0. A clean finish, a controlled performance. Game 2 was not short, it was not rushed, it was a long, methodical 20-minute game. DFYG tried to hold on, they tried to find openings, but Aurora never panicked. They never overcommitted, they stayed patient, they stayed disciplined. That's why they were able to finish the Game 2 with a clean series. Soldier and Root, what can we say about the Game 2?
Aurora Gaming, they showed us a clean team build fight, to be honest. Aurora Gaming have a clean team fight, a clean draft during the campaign, and during the fight, they are dominating like on the map control. Once they took one tower, it's open for them the map, and they are trying to control each buffs and each objectives during the game. And the FYG, there was a room for comeback for them, but the Aurora Gaming, they closed the door and there is no more comeback for you. There is no comeback scenario for you, because when you are controlling the map, they took one lord for the FYG, and they're trying to take another lord, and they are denying. But during Aurora Gaming, once they took the lord, they pushed in the mid lane, and the lord entered the base, and it's destroyed. Because once the lord is coming with a buffs waves, it's hard for them to clear them the waves and trying to resist the power from Aurora Gaming.
Yes, that is true. And what the FYG did, they did a focus, full respect ban on light in the second game. But they forgot one important thing.
Which is?
MLBB is a 5-team and
Yeah.
5 people, game. It's not only one person. So basically, what they did is they did 5 respect bans for Light. Light still had more options, lots of options. He went for Khalid, but the other teammates, they were actually doing a great job. Especially this game, I noticed my eyes were on you. Basically, we was playing with Lunox. Lunox, this game was wonderful. He did a great job. He was mostly walking around with Claude, getting all those kills, having all those ganks and clashes. So you did a wonderful job. The entire team did a wonderful job from Aurora Gaming. Khalid was very annoying as well. Demon Kite started the game with a couple of mistakes. He was very aggressive in the beginning, but then he held on at the mid to late game. He started fixing his mistakes. Demon Kite did a wonderful job with Claude. Of course, Edward with Arlock did a wonderful job as well. But mostly, I think this game was carried by Lunox and Claude, of course, you and Dominkai. And as we can see over here, there was a difference of 14,000 gold for Aurora, 9 towers destroyed to 3 towers for Aurora. 3 Lord slain to 1 Lord slain for Aurora, 2 Turtles slain for Aurora as well. So it was kind of, I wouldn't say it's one-sided, but I would say Aurora had the upper hand. DFYG did a wonderful job. I'm very proud of them that they reached the stage. First place is not a bad thing for them, since it's the first time for them to reach the stage.
Yeah, that's
very
right.
proud of them. I'm expecting them to actually come back in the future tournaments, and I believe they would do a much better job than they did in this tournament. So I wish them all the best.
And I guess shortly we will be seeing who is the MVP for you. It's Yue, right?
Yeah, it was UA. Yeah, basically,
right.
yeah. So it's actually UA with 10 kills, 1 death, and 10 assists. Obviously, because he did a wonderful job. His positioning was out of this world. Because usually mages they make mistakes in their positioning, but his positioning was perfect. He knew how to initiate fights, try to pull or bait his opponents. Wonderful job, good job for UA with Lunox. Of course, the congratulations
Clean
to Aurora
series.
for clean series 2-0, third place for Aurora Gaming. They deserve actually the second or the first place, but this is how it is.
But to be honest, for someone who is not good at analysis, because I know you two are analysts, right? But me, I'm not good at analysis. But when I was watching the game too, I thought that DFYG had a chance to take that game. Because I think if it went longer, I think they could have had a chance. Because as I was seeing, they are doing a lot of damages as well. Correct me if I'm wrong, because I'm not good at it. But I really thought that they could have taken it. I'm not sure if that's right.
Actually, you are right. Actually, they had a chance, to have a comeback, but it was kind of too hard for them. They were trying to stretch the game as much as possible. On the other hand, Aurora was trying to end it as soon as possible. So,
but it still got long, like 21 minutes.
Yeah, 21 minutes is a very long game. It's basically a long game, but still, it was kind of too hard for the FYG to have a comeback. Both teams had almost full builds, but experience played a huge part in that game.
Yeah, as you said, huge respect still to the FYG because first time and they faced world-class champions already.
Yes,
Imagine for their first time.
To be honest, the FYG, they're trying to take advantage for the early mistakes from Aurora Gaming, but Aurora Gaming, they closed the door for these mistakes and trying to focus, because the early aggressive matches for the early aggressive fight in the early, that makes Aurora Gaming a little behind, but once they reach the mid game, they fix these mistakes during the game and trying to take advantage. Like the FYG, like, let's take the more mistakes, let's take advantage and let's win. Because there was a fight, the FYG having the upper hand on Aurora Gaming, but Aurora Gaming trying to focus, trying to do the flanks with Khalid, trying to do focus with Lunix also on the DFYG team, and the DFYG team they're trying to focus on 2 to 3 persons in the map. Also they focus on Light, but Light, he also surprised them with Khalid pick, and he did a wonderful job during the team fight, during the front line and trying to initiate the fights as much as he can. Because DFYG, they don't want to force the fight with Aurora Gaming, because Aurora Gaming having the upper hand, having the match level, having the items, and having the advantage during the also the map control. Map control is very important during the Mobile Legends. That's why DFYG having the little behind, trying to take little objectives during the game, but Aurora Gaming have like their own play style, having their own. Don't take any advantage on me, because I will come back with a strong and strong hand.
Yeah, that's right. But still, let's talk about the prizes, because we know it's 900,000 prize pool, right? But in fourth place, I believe that DFYG will still be taking home $63,000 US.
Yes,
Wow.
that is
That's
very
still a
true.
lot. And in third place, Aurora Gaming PH will be taking $108,000.
All right. So how about we change our profession to pro players in that case?
I have slow hands.
One for the FYG, because they are still in the like top third.
Yeah.
And trying to compete. Also, they have a very good potential during the major tournaments. Now, because now they have experience with S-class teams, and from my point of view, the FYG reach A+ team during this tournament.
Yes,
And
that is
now,
very true.
the match that decides everything, the grand finals. It's gonna start at 6 p.m. UAE time. It's gonna be Aurora Gaming versus Onyx Indonesia. I know we had a little grand finals yesterday, but still Aurora is there and Onyx Indonesia is there, and it's coming up next. So for our on-site viewers, I guess since it's gonna be a big break, they can still go to different halls where we have some phygital games going on. We have phygital football, phygital basketball, and a lot more to offer here in ADNEC Games of the Future Abu Dhabi 2025. But after this big break, it's gonna be the next match between Onyx Indonesia and Aurora Gaming. See you guys and stay tuned.
Stay tuned with us.
Abu Dhabi and UAE at the moment seems to be the epicenter of autonomous, robotics, and many other activities.